He never did anyone any harm. It was the most generous tribute that an elderly woman could pay to her husband after 55 years of marriage. The context was a funeral visit, so my next question remained unspoken, but there it was, lingering at the back of my mind. Yes, but did he ever do anyone any good? The widow's tribute reflects an approach to living shared by many, that provided we don't hurt anyone, we lived well. As an approach, it has its roots in the various "you shall nots" of the Bible that we'll be looking at later in this book. You shall not kill, you shall not commit adultery, and so on. As an approach, too, it fits in well with our legal system, which adds a large number of "you shall nots" of its own. You shall not drive at over 70 mph on the motorway. And a Jewish teacher called Hillel, one of Jesus' contemporaries, expressed it all as clearly as anyone. That which is hateful to you, do not do to your fellow man. That is the whole law. When asked much the same question, though, Jesus gave a rather different response. The greatest commandment, he said, is to love the Lord your God with all your heart and mind and soul and strength, and to love your neighbour as yourself. In one sense, it wasn't a very original answer. Both commandments are to be found in the Old Testament, in Deuteronomy 6 verse 5 and Leviticus 19 verse 18, respectively. And the call to love the Lord your God was part of the so-called Shema, a passage of Scripture that Orthodox Jews still recite each morning and each night today. But it's probable that no one before Jesus had brought these verses together quite like this, as a summary of what the commandments are all about. And it's certain that no one before Jesus had so brilliantly modelled this more positive, proactive approach to godly living, truly practising what he preached. The you shalls of Jesus, of course, don't replace the you shall nots of the 10 Commandments. We love God by not cheating on him, by not taking his name in vain, by honouring his holy day. We love our neighbour by not stealing from her, not lying to her, not coveting what she has. But recognising that love is at the heart of God's commandments puts a quite different complexion on them and on the way we're called to live. Not doing anyone any harm is just the start. Actively doing good is now the order of the day, and in Jesus' story of the Good Samaritan, it's clear that doing good, loving our neighbour, applies not just to our nearest and dearest, but to everyone whom God puts across our path.